Hey, welcome to the channel. My name is Eric, and what we do on the channel is repair videos, personal development, and we also have the weekday show Monday through Friday. Today is a repair video. So today we've got a Sthil FS55R, and the customer complained that it goes full bore. They can't get it to do anything else but full bore. And they also want to know if we could do anything with this because they keep sliding off. So this will be the easy part. We have crazy glue, Gorilla Glue. We'll glue that back in, but let's see what they're talking about. So let's first, well, hang tight. We'll be right back. Alright, so welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, if you didn't already know it. And this is the repair video on a Sthil FS55R. And as I said, the customer said that they can get it started and it runs. It just runs full bore. And what I've noticed is when you push down for the safety piece to be able to go with full throttle, nothing is happening. So let's first try that. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, put it on choke. Alright, so she runs like a champ. So what are we going to do first? Well, as I've told you in the past, the T27 torque is one of your most common tools you're going to need when doing stuff with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and see if we can't dissect this just a little bit. And don't get too worried about it. I mean, there's always, if you do things and you lay things out accordingly, you know, while you're doing it, then you can just put it back together, right? So let's start down here. And set that right there. It'd be handier if this thing wasn't in the way, but okay, so one thing I want to say right here now is you'll notice it with taking these screws out. There's one shorter than the rest, and you need to remember where that one shorter one was, and that is right here in this center slot. Because if you put a long screw in there, it's going to bind up against the clutch, and it's going to act like it's seized, right? So just remember that. That goes in the center, so we're going to put that here. This one is going to be center, and then this one's going to be the outer one. See, they're all this length except for that one. And then that one's going to go there. And we got one here. There. Let's see. Now let's flip it back over. We got another one we're missing. There's that one. Probably that one right there. There. Now let's roll that puppy over. Alright, so just set this to one side. I don't see anything wrong there. And it acted like the trigger, for some reason, is not working the way it should. And all of this looks okay. And we flip. Okay, so that is there. Just slide this right apart. Get it right out of our way. See, inside there is just this cable with square ends on it, and that's what drives from your clutch system out to your head. So everything is going to be like that. And if you get like interchangeable parts, a lot of times they'll have this system higher up so that you can connect and disconnect. But I know that it's got to be right here in this trigger to clutch, trigger to accelerator. And let's go around here. There's the accelerator. Why are you on full bore? Why aren't, there she goes. So that popped out, so we need to pop that back in. What had happened is that it came out completely of where it should be writing. Okay, I got this little spring I'm trying to get back into place. That. Then I need to get a different screwdriver. It's just a little tiny wire spring that needs to come up, and then it goes into a slot so that your trigger comes back when you let off. Supposed to go just like that. And hold that down. Alright, so doesn't want to do what I want it to do. There's probably a special tool for this that if you guys know of it, post it in the comments to bring those springs back and then get it. See, that one sets in like that. So that's got to go in like this, down into there, and then this. So now that I've got my springs all back into place, remember with the top one, just tucks in side of here, and the bottom one is hits there and it just locks in. And these have got points on them to pop this back in. So what I normally do is I pop that back in. What I can tell you is that if I hold down on that, my trigger's working fine, my carburetor's working fine, everything is working the way it's supposed to. So the next thing is you want to make sure on this that these wires are in the grooves so that they don't get worn through by the shaft. That's very important. Alright, so set it just like that. It's going to be more of a pain because I have this handle to deal with. But just simply, you're going to just squeeze her right through that opening. Keep her going. Right into that housing. You got to make sure that you just turn this down. Come on, you bugger. Just like that. Lift this up just a little bit. Push that down. And that goes right into there. So now we're ready to pop the cover back on. So we're just going to take and drop this that right back on the way we found it. Bring this ahead. And now what we're going to want to do, okay, why aren't you coming back up? Okay, so we're going to pull it apart. Something didn't jive. You may have to do it a couple times to get everything the way it's supposed to go. So I'm going to hop in here quick and just to let you know that if you can't get it right the first time, don't give up. And this is what these people that are doing videos that are showing you how to do this, these are all the parts that they edit out, that they want you to look like they're know exactly what they're doing and they're not idiots. I don't care. I'm going to show you the real deal of sometimes things you get it back together and there's still something wrong. So you got to take it apart and try to figure out how to get that up, right? See, when it sits there, go. So now, holding it like that again, let's go try this again. Well, it's not going to work, so we're going to have to do that with this off. Come on. So, come on. Alright, so this is day 2. As you can see, I got different clothes on. I got tied up with some other stuff yesterday, and today I got a birthday party for my grandson turning 3. Alright, so we were at the part where we had the handle all back together and how the springs go. And you gotta get them right, or, I mean, they're a pain in the ass, just simply put. This is not a 5-minute job. And if you think it's a 5-minute job, it's probably because you've been watching so many YouTube videos that make it a 5-minute job. Now, I can make it a 5-minute job by editing the hell out of my time on here. But I'll say I'll spend probably around 20 minutes just on those 2 springs, trying to get them lined up the way they're supposed to go, get the cables into place for your on-off, throttle, getting the throttle hooked back up so everything is the way it should be. So if you find yourself fumbling trying to get it just right, join the crew. It's just nobody else is showing you that it's a pain in the ass. So the next little hack I do is I have a vise set up on my table. But with these, the easiest way to do it is just simply put a 2x2 right underneath. Just get the cover out of the way. And then we're going to set our... You want to make sure that when that goes in, that the orange piece is on this side. As you go in slow. Sometimes you got to hold down on that when you're going in. Like that. And then when you get to here, you want to tip it down and just get it started, just like that. Sometimes you got to turn it a little bit, play with it. But let's just set this in the vise. So that, there we go. Oh, come on. You want to put that just like that. Goes right in. And that's where it's supposed to be. So now what we want to do, if we can, just want this for stability. That's it. And this is going to want to face right there. And then slide your 2x2 back so that everything is level, alright? So the next thing we want to do is pop this back into place. Now make sure you get those 2 wires, the on and off, because if you don't, this is going to wear through it and then it's not going to run. You're going to wonder why it doesn't run. So the next thing is the spark plug. Slide it around that, nice and easy. Come on, Betsy. The biggest thing is don't get in a hurry and don't force. If you start forcing things, something's going to break. And these things here aren't cheap. Just like that. Just like that. And now what we want to do, want to loosen this up a little, is we need to hold it, but we want to tip it over. And at this point, remember, the small screw goes in this center hole right here. Not your long ones. You put your long ones in, your machine's not gonna work. Oh, come on, back out just a little bit. There we go. You just want to snug it down at this point so pieces don't fall apart. Grab these. We are. And you're all done.